What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, excited to bring you a discussion and to share my own thoughts and opinions about the incoming version 10 for OPTC Japan. Now, One Piece Treasure Cruise, we're almost at 60th anniversary. There's less than a month to go now at this point, and we finally hit version 10, and we're with version 10. We're going to be getting a new game mechanic, a new game mode, and some new game functions as well. This is a pretty huge update, and it's going to change One Piece Treasure Cruise, in my opinion, for the better. Now, a lot of people will probably disagree with me because they're afraid of the word PvP and what that means, and I will talk about that towards the second half of this video. I'm going to very briefly cover all the other information in here because I'm sure most people have already seen it. So feel free to skip ahead to the PvP talk. But for those of you who don't know yet, the Chopper Man missions are going to be resetting. If you have not done them already, you have 5 days as of making this video. I believe it's actually 6, but just to be on the safe side, 5 days before the update comes and resets all your Chopper Man missions for the rookie missions. This is only stuff, for example, clear X amount of story missions, power up X amounts of units, do the tutorial islands, etc, etc. There's a crap ton of free EXP that you can be getting from it, so remember to use your EXP captains for that. And then basically 50 free gems are from those rookie missions. So if you haven't done them already, please do them. Translations can be found on the OPTC subreddit or OPTC subreddit Discord, links of which are in the description down below. Along with that, we are going to be getting a new Luffy. Now, this new Luffy is going to be free to play. He is going to be from the Chopper Man missions that are going to be replacing what we currently have. So in version 10, we will be getting another bunch of Chopper Man missions, which are going to be giving another set of 50 free gems. So if you haven't done them already, again, do them. And then when the 27th or 28th comes, I'm not sure when this update comes out, around that time, you're going to be able to have 100 free gems, essentially, if you haven't done the Chopper Man missions already. So this Luffy, I have no idea what he does. I do like the artwork, and I'm going to guess, because he's free to play, he'll be something like a 3.25 times, or 3.5 times attack boost for all units. If he's 3.5 times attack boost to all units, that's honestly going to be super awesome, because that's a really good captain ability for a free-to-play unit. But here's to hoping. Next up, before we get into the PvP, this is something that's confusing a lot of people. It is a new change to the cotton candy. Now, what they've said here is because a lot of people don't know whether to use attack, HP, or recovery candy. Now, all these stupid arguments over which candy is better can finally end, because we can now put candy on everybody. We can put every single candy on every single unit that we want. So plus 100 attack, plus 100 recovery, and plus 100 HP. It's finally happening. We can finally have it. Before, what happened on Global was that they introduced a mechanic where you can now remove cotton candy from units if you put them on wrong. But the better solution was simply just to allow us to have plus 100 candy in every single stat, which is finally happening. It's absolutely huge, and I'm very happy. There's so many units in the game that benefit from all of this. Nami and Robin, Luffy and Law, Saba and Koala, they all benefit from recovery, HP, and attack. So this is absolutely superb. A really good update. Now, to top it off, this is going to tie into the PvP part, but one of the big PvP rewards that you will be able to farm up and get is PvP Islands. Now, this is going to be something very similar to how stats are boosted, or how you can have like permanent stat boosts in other PvP game modes from other gacha games. The only example I can personally think of right now is from Jump or a collection of Jump Tyson. In that game, using your PvP points, you can buy, for example, base stats like plus 1 attack for all your units, permanent plus 1 attack, and I believe the PvP Islands will function in the exact same way. So using your PvP points that you've earned, you can buy points in PvP Islands, and this will allow you to stack up, I believe, another plus 100 or plus the equivalent of plus 100 candy in that stat. So if I'm not mistaken, essentially when you're finally done farming up PvP, now this is going to be a very long process. I will guarantee, even though there's no information specifying this, that to get all your units to the equivalent of plus 600 cotton candy, so plus 200 in attack, plus 200 in HP, and plus 200 in recovery, this is going to take a very long time. What this doesn't mean, though, is that you can just slot on plus 200 candy in any stat you want. I don't believe this is going to work in the sense that you can have plus 200 attack candy, plus 200 HP candy, and plus 200 recovery candy. What it means is you can have plus 100 PvP bonus, which affects every single game mode. So let's call it an island bonus. So plus 100 island bonus, and then plus 100 cotton candy attack boost, and then plus 100 HP attack HP cotton candy boost, plus 100 recovery cotton candy boost, and then we also have the island recovery boost, and we have the island HP boost. And I'm not sure how much that will boost him, but my assumption is like HP, it's going to be plus 5 every single point you put into that island. Recovery is going to be plus 1, and then attack is going to be plus 2 as well. And naturally, if you're playing PvP, and if you just want the best for any of your units, the best stat to always go for is going to be attack. Attack is the one that is always, there's just no disadvantage to having more attack, ever, period. Now, let's talk about PvP. A lot of people are not happy with this change, but I do believe this is vastly a vocal minority. And when I say a vocal minority, I do think there is some sort of entitlement amongst certain players in the game, especially from people who don't put in either the money or, I know that's not going to sound good, but the latter half is important here, is the time. If you don't put time and effort into the game, whether you're a free-to-play player or a pay-to-win player, you're gonna fall behind anybody that puts in the time and effort required of the game. Not necessarily required, but to get the most out of the game. For example, a lot of free-to-play players on my friends list, or people I know in the community, have way better boxes than I do. They are better than the game at me, even though I've spent hundreds, if not thousands, on the game already. And it's as simple as that. And I think the people who have played a lot on this game are going to be benefiting from this game mode the most. So naturally, if you're like pirate level 100, don't compare yourself to someone that's pirate level 1000. It's a silly comparison, and you will end up getting upset by the just vast difference. But that aside, this game mode, in a nutshell, if we just look at it at the very surface level, it's a new game mode that allows us to, every single player, whether you win or lose, will still benefit from it by getting new items for free, which is something I really personally like. Anything that's not taxing, because you can only play this game mode 3 times a day. It's nothing like the other PvP game modes such as Blitz Battle, Treasure Map Mode, Rankings. All of that requires you to have a crap ton of time, Treasure Map Mode and Blitz Battle, a crap ton of free time on your hands. And with that free time, it wants you to spend it all on One Piece Treasure Cruise to earn the best possible rewards in-game. Naturally, I'm sure most of you guys know, I'm not someone that really likes to farm up Blitz Battle a crap ton to get in like the top 4,000, top 3,000, top 100. Those are crazy numbers. You have to play a lot of hours every single day when those events are going on to get into those positions. So this being limited at 3 times a day is really good. It's not taxing at all, and it's something I very much look forward to. Now, how this works is you are going to have different units that have access to PvP at the beginning. I'm assuming the roster of units that you can use will eventually expand to have all units eventually, but as it opens up, only a certain amount of units, and by the looks of the screenshots, a lot of units are going to be able to be PvP usable straight off the bat. But we are going to have different classes for each PvP unit, which is going to be attack, defense, healer, support, and debuffer. And you can have 8 units in your team, judging by these screenshots. They all have 8 units in their team, unless I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 units. And they will all synergize. Hopefully, if you built your team correctly, they will all synergize and do the business for you. It's not a direct sort of PvP where you can control your units and you control the actions they do. All you can do is best set up your team, hopefully following, well, you don't necessarily have to follow a meta, you can create the meta yourself, which is what I'm really excited about when it comes to stuff like PvP that's new, because everyone is going to be experimenting to find out what is the best setup, what units synergize best with each other. And that's what I find so exciting about this game mode, is that even though it's like auto chess and you don't get to directly impact anything other than setting up your team and setting up what they kind of do here, because as you guys can see here, there is a little gap here between, I'm pointing but you can't see it, so I should use my mouse. There's a little gap here between the first 5 and the last 3. So what I'm assuming is positioning is going to make a difference when it comes to the PvP, and that again is something I personally find exciting. All these little things that you can tweak to best set up your team in order to defeat the enemy team is something I find very, very interesting, because this is actually a test of your game knowledge, a test of your game matchups, how well you understand the game mechanics, and also how best you can use your box. This is actually a direct challenge for every single player, and I really do like that kind of stuff, rather than going for a how much free time do you have all the boosted units, then do you also have the willingness to actually play this game for hours on end to get the most out of the game mode. That's not something I really vibe well with, but this is something I absolutely love. Now, a lot of people, this is going to separate the people who don't know how to team build, like me, from the people who know how to team build. And the difference is going to be night and day. If you understand the game, you will succeed in this game mode. If you don't understand this game, you will not succeed. Of course, the people who are going to be at the top are the ones who have every single unit in the game fully rainbow max and have spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and on top of spending thousands, have spent thousands of hours as well. Obviously, they're going to be at the top, but, you know, you don't have to compare yourself to those people, because in this game mode, they're going to select 3 random users who are around the same level bracket as you. When I say level bracket, I should say skill or elo bracket as you. And then you can select from those, and you can also reset the selection as well, because this button at the top, the like refresh looking button, allows you to refresh this list. I'm assuming that's probably going to be limited to how many times you can use it a day, but you can refresh if you get really bad RNG and you're matched up with 3 different enemies who are obviously going to destroy you. But as we can see from this screenshot, looks like positioning will matter. You've got a separation of 5 and 3 here. And also team synergy is definitely going to matter a lot, because this team, you can't see it really clearly here. I'm not sure unless you full screen it. It says 13,728 battle power. Then we have 22,828 battle power. And then we have 51,651 battle power. But this team, the thing I notice here instantly is they're all driven, which means they have the best synergy. The second team has Luffy Law Captain, which is a universal captain. So they have a decent amount of synergy. And the first one has absolutely no synergy at all. None of the units except for Sogeking is maxed. So my assumption is you want to have your units maxed out. You want to have good synergy. And you want to understand every single character's roles and exactly what they do and how they do it best. So Luffy here is an attack type. He's going to do a lot of damage to the enemies. Frankie is a defense type. He's going to be the tank. He's going to soak up damage. You got healers who are obviously going to heal up your team. We have buffers who will give probably like attack boost, defense boost, speed boost, stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work, like Sanji. And then you have Usopp, who does the complete opposite of Sanji and gives debuffs, but puts them on the enemy team. And honestly, for me, if I had to guess, looking at how other PvP games works, attack type is never the way to go forwards. It's always setting up a freaking tanky ass team with a crap ton of healers and buffers and debuffers. And I think the weakest role here is most likely going to be attack. That is my prediction. If you want to have the most successful foolproof team, slow and steady does normally win the race in PvP. It's like that in Bleach Brave Souls. If you remember Unohana, it's like the unkillable slow burn death is what I'm expecting to be the meta at the end of the day. There's most likely going to be offensive teams that will be able to break through that, but I do think defensive teams are going to be the way forwards. Rather than a balanced team, I think it's going to be the bigger your defensive team, you'll eventually be able to chip away at enemies, because no matter how good the enemy CPU is hitting you, if you're not dying and you're constantly healing up, eventually you're gonna win. That is my prediction. That's how I expect it to go. I hope it doesn't go that way. I want it to be more balanced than that. And I really hope that there are going to be numerous PvP metas birthed from this. Like, the more units that are viable, the better. There are a ton of units that will go into your team. 8 units to build your team. I really think this is going to be so good for challenging people's team building skill. This will be a much better indicator of how well people understand the game. And I'm very excited for this. On a side note, I just realized a little screenshot towards the bottom there. I'm doing this as if you guys can see where I'm pointing at. But with the mouse here, once you've earned a certain amount of points or wins, you can then go into exhibition or the finals match. Exhibition is basically a loser's bracket, and then finals match is basically the winner's bracket, and the difference simply is just the rewards. PvP seasons will last a month, so I think up till that point, you have to constantly rack up points, and then if you're in a certain amount of wins, you'll be able to play in the finals bracket, and if you didn't win enough, you'll be in the exhibitions bracket, and then from that, your rewards will be determined at the end of the season. But ultimately, everyone is still going to get stuff at the end of PvP, which is something I'm very excited for. As I said, the best rewards are going to be stuff like Island Boost, where you'll be able to boost up your character stats. The best one to go for is going to be Attack. I think you'll also be able to get rewards such as Gems, Belly, but who needs Belly? You've got power-up materials, you've got Limit Break items as well, which is exciting for me personally because I need Limit Break items. And then on top of that, this is also similar to Jump Tyson or Jump Ori Collection, is you can buy a permanent increase in your stamina bar as well. I think this goes up to either 50 or 60. I'm not 100% certain, but these are the kind of rewards that you will have access to from PvP. As you can see, gems, power-up items, belly, which no one wants. And yeah, so a maximum of plus 60. So that is very, very, very exciting. And down here, it says the upper limit of your characters, plus 100 for attack, HP, and recovery. So maybe it's not going to be as good as just having an additional plus 100 cotton candy, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited. I'm honestly very, very, very excited for this PvP game mode. Please do let me know your thoughts and opinions, because I know this is a very polarizing subject. A lot of people are absolutely terrified of PvP. They expect, for example, like a pirate level 100 to go up against like a pirate level 1000 with a giga box. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. But again, please do let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm so excited for this. And something else I just want to point out at the end of the day is a lot of free-to-play players, if you've been playing this game a significant amount of time, most free-to-play players do have a crap ton of legends as well. You might be missing like 20, 25 legends, but that would still mean you have like 70 legends as well, which is kind of crazy if you think about it now. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Are you looking forward to this game mode or not? And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, thank God. I thought I was not recording this video at all. This is like my 100th take of this video. But yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And bye-bye.